2 radio stations confirmed on yesterday, that they were given questions by Biden officials ahead of their interviews with President Joe Biden this week as the administration fights for its survival following Biden's disastrous debate performance last week against former President Donald Trump. The questions reportedly were drafted by officials at the White House and were then sent to the radio stations by Biden's presidential campaign. Andrea Lawful Sanders, host of The Source on WURD in Philadelphia, told CNN that, quote, "The questions were sent to me for approval. I approved them." Fascinating. Take a look and a listen right here to this clip from CNN that broke this fascinating story right here.
Andrea, let me ask you here about your interviews, and something I listened to both of them, and there's something that's similar here. You each you asked 4 questions, and maybe that's what you were allowed to ask by the campaign or the White House, but they were essentially the same questions, both interviews, about accomplishments, progress in your respective state, what's at stake in the election, what he has to say about his debate performance, and what he would say to voters who think their vote doesn't matter or might sit this election out. Were those questions given to you by the White House, or the campaign, or did you have to submit questions ahead of this interview?
The questions were sent to me for approval. I approved of them.
Okay, so the White House sent the questions to you ahead of the interview?
Yes.
Okay.
And I got several questions, 8 of them, and the 4 that were chosen were the ones that I approved.
Okay. And the reason I ask is not a criticism of either of you. It's just that if the White House is trying now to prove the vim, vigor, acuity of the president, I don't know how they do that by sending questions first before the interview so that the president knows what's coming. Let me play here a bit of your interview. This is, and you've probably seen it's gotten a lot of attention. This is when he was asked about his accomplishments as president. Let's play it.
I'm proud to be, as I said, the first vice president, first Black woman to serve with a Black president.
Wow. And so I'm seeing even here in a comment, I see Ryan Maxo confirmed what we knew all along. The media only gets to ask Joe what the team tells them they can ask, freedom from the press. You know, I 100% agree with this. I do think it's very important to discuss the idea that we did already know all of this. Sage Steele, of course, kind of led the charge in the bombshell that that all of her interview with President Biden was very, very scripted, set up in a very, very specific way. And actually, it's just being reported. My only source is several people on X, so take that with a grain of salt. But it is breaking today that the Philadelphia radio host, the Black woman that you can see up in the top right corner as I see it, I don't know if it shows up the same in your screen, but the Black woman on screen, she was fired from this radio station for receiving and using questions from Biden's aides. She was fired from her job for this. Whether it's revealing that, I don't know. Whether it was because she didn't write her own questions, I don't know. But as Ryan Mack and many others say, this is nothing new. This is nothing new. We know that there is a significant level of posturing of Biden in the media, and it's only now that it's becoming socially acceptable, or not even socially, professionally acceptable for the media to go after Joe in terms, because for so long, and this is the thing that really pisses me off, and I don't know if you guys are like me. Let me know in the comments if you're anything like me on this one. But I am so pissed off that we have a media that for 3 years, plus even during the first campaign cycle and everything, for so long, they would tell us, they would say, no, Joe Biden is fine. These Republicans are going crazy. He just has a stutter. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. And after that first debate, after just that one debate, we're in front of everybody. He showed exactly what was going on. That's when now the media is like, oh my gosh, Joe has a problem. Joe is a problem. What? Excuse me? We've known this for quite a long time, and only now you're actually going to call it out. We have a disingenuous media. We have a media that does not care about an education of the people. about a realistic and true interpretation and analysis of our government. We have a media that is in bed with basically the Democrat Party until it becomes so impossible for them to do it. That's what we have right now. This deserves a Kev's quick hit segment. Kind of, yeah. I mean, we have a media that is so against the people. We don't have a free press. I see things like this, erosion from the free press. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. Great name, by the way, too. Kevin Phares. She was confirmed to be fired by CNN. Yeah. So an erosion of the free press. We have people that are getting literally fired for calling stuff like this out. It's only just now that anybody in the media will even have a remotely honest conversation about where Biden's at mentally in this decline. Don't forget to like this video wherever you're watching from. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment what you think, share it with your friends. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you had a beautiful and blessed 4th of July. God bless you. God bless America. And until next time, thank you so much for tuning in and watching Speechless.